most watched fights, something that makes me so recognizable in the sport when people can figure it out that it's the same guy. Oh shit, it's the same guy I saw when I was a kid. And it's pretty cool, and he opened up those doors to me. He didn't have to, He didn't have to at all. It was just some skinny kid from Miami. I didn't grow up with him or nothing. We just came across each other. He liked my style. He liked what I was doing, and they gave me that shot to shine, So I'm forever indebted to him in many ways,
Is that the sort of guy he was? He would just help people that he didn't need to?
One of the most humble dudes you can come across on all ways, man. Just super humble dude, bro. If you ever, I don't know what your encounters with him might have been or not, but one of the most humble dudes I've met in my life, not in the sport, in life in general.
Do you find it funny that there's other people in this sport that make their whole shtick about the president, and yet he's going to come watch you fight and not them fight?
You said it yourself, man. I think real organized, no matter what your views are on Trump as a president, the guy's a bad motherfucker, man. The money that he's made, the obstacles that he's conquered, he's a bad motherfucker in his own way, No matter what your political views are. And who's he coming to see? It's not that cocksucker with the MAGA hat talking about Trump this, Trump that, and he don't know shit about politics. And I'm not gonna sit here and talk about politics or act like I know about it, but I ain't gonna try to fucking sell people that I know about politics. That motherfucker can't even spell the nation's capital. Inbred ass retard.
Would you like to have Trump put the belt on you other than The Rock?
That'd be cool too, Trump's a cool motherfucker, I don't want to get too much into politics, so, a lot of my Latin community might be upset at me, so I'm not going to dabble in the politics right now, my brother.
Do you wish you could have seen that other guy's reaction when it's announced that Trump is coming to this fight?
Well, I know his reaction and his ghostwriter's reaction because it's a small world. I know exactly how much teeth shaving they did when they actually found out how cringy they got,
I know you don't like talking about him, but the fans asked you about Colby yesterday, and you said something. What did you say? Because we couldn't hear you on stage.
That the universe is going to correct that mistake via me. Our time will come. I'll dictate when. And then I will. A lot of people said, you included, I think, that what I did to Ben was a little uncalled for. No, it wasn't. What I'm going to do to Kobe is going to be uncalled for. And I can put my life on that, man.
Speaking of which, what's the atmosphere like getting to team now? Because it seems like he's caused a bit of a...
Security comes, coaches grab him, they put him away, they got me in a training separate room. He doesn't say a word to me. I fuck with him all the time because I'm the type of guy, if you say something right now, whenever I see you, I'm going to hold you to that. It's just who I've been since I was a kid till right now. I don't have to prove it. Everybody knows. At any given moment, I see my bully, the guy that's trying to conquer me. We're going to find out. And if we could fight every time that we came across each other, we would. He knows it. That's why he runs at me. That's why, not runs at me, runs away from me. That's why I go where he eats at and wait for him. He doesn't eat at these places no more. Because I'm going there to eat. And this little bitch is nowhere to be seen. And these are places that he constantly used to eat at. He knows that I know. So I've been at these places just wanting to have a talk with him man to man. This coward has not gone to eat at these places. I heard he's only doing Uber Eats, Not like I'm gonna assault him or nothing. That's not me. Just want to talk to him man to man,
What do you want to say to him?
Just ask him some questions, man to boy, Be like, why after I let you sleep in my couch, you ate off my food. I helped you get on MMA Junkie. I helped you get on Ariel Hawani, BJPen.com, all these things. Why would you just turn on me just for a Facebook like? Just for something? Are you that much of a bitch? And I'm that much of an idiot. It's truly the mistake is on me. Because I'm the fucker that let him, He also burnt John Jones. And John Jones back then was sending little messages to Abraham and stuff like, tell George you don't trust that dude. He's another guy, And I was kind of like, there's three sides to every story. Yours, theirs, and the truth. So I didn't really, I was like, it was in the early stages. Then he also burnt my boy Woodley, which is one of the few stand-up dudes in the sport that is a true fucking friend. Doesn't know nobody money in the sport. That's one thing. A lot of fighters, 50% of them, 40% of them, owe money to trainers, coaches, people that help them get to that moment. I can't relate with those people. That to me, you're a fucking cockroach. Bop, somebody helped you. Somebody gave you knowledge and wisdom to get to the next level. And you don't pay it back by just giving them a little bit of money, whatever the fair percentage is. And Kobe fits in that fucking same cowardness. He ripped off two coaches that I actually introduced him to. So I feel like the asshole because the credit's on me. It's on my credit that he did these things, So extra fuck that guy, you know?
I think a lot of us here have like fallen out with like best friends. Does that like hurt you? I mean, maybe that's a bit soft, but
It hurt me at all. It hurts me that I was so fucking stupid and naive to let this individual anywhere near my family, friends, coaches, let him sleep on my fucking couch for about a year. And all this that I'm saying is actually, you can see it online, or you could ask people at American Top Team and stuff. That's what hurts me, that I was that stupid and naive, man.
is there an argument that he shouldn't be at that gym anymore? It's not just you, it's Dustin, it's Joanna. Like, is there ever an argument where you need to say to Dan, like, why are you letting this guy still be here?
The argument with Dan and the company is we're both men. We both know how to defend ourselves, right? Well, when I see him and he sees me, let's just handle it, you know? And let it be what it is, you know, because that is my city, and I'm very polite to him, because in the snap of the fingers, I could have 5 cars packed to the teeth with individuals that'll make sure he never comes back. I don't do that. I want to handle it man to man. He won't give me that. He won't. I just really want to talk to him and tell him, what is your fucking problem? He won't do that, though. He's a coward. Just like Woodley said, he hides in corners when he was at the gym. That's what he does. But when this is around and there's a couple security guards behind him, man, that dude is a fucking pit bull all of a sudden, huh? And I can't relate with that shit, man, you know?
So if Usman beats him in December, would you want Usman in the title, or would you want him in the personal beef?
Like you said, personal's personal, business is business, you know? You see how I handle personal dudes. I forgot that guy's name from England. You see how I handle personal dudes. Business is business, you know? When it's business, it's the biggest paychecks, it's the biggest belts. I can give a fuck less from my personal side to bring it to my business. There's a lot of guys from where I'm from still trying to fight me and shit like that. I'm not gonna bring him into my biggest stages. I'll take care of you in a parking lot somewhere, you know? Because at the end of the day, I love to fight, so I'll give you that. But he's not gonna be on stage with me sharing it if he doesn't deserve it, you know?
It might be bigger money than a title fight, though. I think more people might pay to see you and Colby than they would you and Cameron.
Tell you the truth, I'm the ticket at 170. Wherever I fight, I make that fight huge. I make that fight big, you know?
You see that McGregor says he wants to fight the winner of this fight. Like, let's say that's on the table, the title's on the table. Which one's the way do you go? Because you could defend this BMF title with a McGregor fight, and that would be probably bigger than an Usman fight.
Conor's done amazing things in the sport. And I always give, not always, but I try to give credit's due. He's got 2 belts. He's got the fastest knockout with the title. He's done a lot of great things, you know. But as of late, he hasn't competed in a while, and I'm just hearing things. I'm not seeing them. You know? If he comes back and fights whoever he fights and wins, and wants to fight me, of course I'm gonna fight that guy over everybody. Just like I fight Nate, because Nate's a huge dog, and he also brings in dollar bills. Conor's the same. He's a fighter. He might not be the toughest guy out there, but he's a hell of a fighter, and he brings in millions of dollars. So of course I'm gonna fight that guy over all these other bums. It's a no-brainer, man. But is he fighting? I don't know, you know?
Are you excited after the Nate Diaz fight disappeared on you? Is it just like, can you even believe your luck that you actually got Nate? You got one of the two?
Part of me, yeah. Part of me, no. Because I always thought for a while when I was coming up, man, I'm gonna fight Nate at some point. And then I started thinking, the fight might not materialize. I was in Strike versus the UFC. We were both in the UFC, different weights. It's always a fight I wanted personally because I like the dude's style. I like how he carries himself. I like how he fights, you know. So I personally wanted a personal level. But I started thinking it might not happen, you know. And then, thank God, it's happening now.
Thanks, man.
Jorge, how much of this fight is about legacy for you and going down in history as the baddest man in the UFC?
It's all legacy. It's all heart and drive. I've said it many times, I don't think Nate is the most skilled, but he is one of the biggest dogs the sport has ever seen. And that right there, to me, says a lot. You know, that's a guy that I want to be. I want to be like, yeah, I beat that guy. You know?
So you got to put him into another orbit. Is that the way to beat Nate Diaz? Knock him out?
A guy like Nate, definitely. You don't want to let that guy hang out at any moment. You might be beating him up for 4 rounds, you take him down, and he's still game, and he wraps around your neck. You can take his legs off, as we've seen, and the guy's just still coming, you know. So he's literally, the best way to describe him is he's a fighting dog, and fighting dog is the only way to take care of him is to put him down, you know.
You know, you talked about the Miami street fights in great detail. I'm just curious, even with a win, how dangerous was it walking away from one of those fights? Because anything goes on the street, right?
Super dangerous, man. That's the part that I probably didn't like in some ways, because you just don't know who's got a gun or a knife or who's upset. I had incidences where guys got slick, and I got handled, because it wasn't like it was just me by myself. Obviously, there was guys there doing their part in it as well to make sure that the quarterback or whatever you want to call me at the time was taken care of. So I don't care for that aspect, because when it comes to fighting, it's not like I don't like you, let's fight. It's more like, man, you're good at what you do. I'm good at what I do. Let's compete. Let's find out who the best is. That's what I like about fighting the most.
Did Kimbo ever have to play a role in making sure that sides played it cool?
Kimbo was amazing at making sure that the fight stayed the fight. He'd shut that down quick. And not only is Kimbo intimidating, but everybody in Miami knows you don't want to fuck with him or his people. So Kimbo can move mountains himself. And you add in together his squad, they're dangerous. So Kimbo was amazing at squashing off beats. We got into the scrap, man to man, and then after that, shake hands, it's over. He's like the sensei of that realm, and he was a hell of a sensei, man.
Did you guys stay in touch between the street fights and his UFC run?
Yeah. Well, he was at American Top Team, so we'd run into each other on occasion, and then a little bit more frequent as he had camp, I had camp. He was in the Elite XC, then he was in the Ultimate Fighter, then he was in UFC. So we'd always run into each other. Maybe I'd give him like a little thing that I did in the fight. Maybe he'd share like a crazy story with me, So we both do some Miami love the fight, so we had a lot in common. We both love women too, so we had a lot in common.
What was it that about you that caught his eye in the beginning?
I don't know, maybe just some skinny kid working hard, and then my coaches went up to him, talked to him, and then he got to talk to me, and Kim was just like, I don't know, he's like a good dude, bro. He's like a good dude, man. I really look back, and he didn't have to do that for me at all, whatsoever.
How much did you make for fighting Ray?
We didn't make money. I did make money. Shout out to Icy Mike, because things went on so I could get compensated, but I can't really talk about these things. I'm a professional athlete, but Icy Mike always took care of everybody in those rings. Make sure that if there was medical bills, if there was anything to do, Icy Mike made sure to take care of it. I just don't want to get too much into it, because I am a pro fighter. I'm not supposed to talk about things like that. But shout out to Icy Mike.
Have you ever talked to Kimbo Slice's son, who is also fighting now?
Yeah, via social media and stuff. We talk. I've never gotten a chance to run into him in person. But man, I wish him all the success in the world, man. I hope he just, if he ever listens to this, man, put all the bullshit aside. Leave the phones, the social media, the bitches, the drugs aside, and just get after my brother, because he's got talent, man. He's got to just polish that talent. He can take it to the next level. Done. Yeah.
As someone else who once worked out in Tim's, how did that come about? Was that your idea to work out in Tim's, and how long did you wear them for? I saw that post. I'm like, yeah, I've had to do that shit.
Well, I heard that it's if you wear Tim's, you buy Tim's in New York, and you're not in New York, it's like 7 months of like foot fungus, So they have to get gifted by New Yorkers, what I heard, and they were gifted to me from New York. I was here, and shit, I wanted to make sure my foot speed was good, so I worked out in them. I worked out in them about like 45 minutes, 30 minutes, and I started getting some serious blisters. I was like, I don't need this for the fight, so I took them off.
Yeah, no cardio in Tim's, just lifting.
We did a little bit of cardio.
I know, I saw, I was like, that's a little crazy.
A little bit of shadow boxing. Yeah, a little bit of shadow boxing, elliptical. And then I was like, man, I don't want to just get these blisters for no reason,
Why go to fought on elsewhere?
Timberlands?
Yeah. Why is it just such a New York thing?
I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
In England? Okay. I mean, I see people in Miami wearing them in 98-degree humidity.
Probably ex-New Yorkers,
in
Miami,
ex-New Yorkers in Miami, yeah, maybe, They got shorts with the Timbs on walking through the sand. You gotta salute those motherfuckers, man. That fuckers are crazy, bro. Dedicated, man.
Is there a particular... There's a million things about Diaz on film. Is there a particular style that you think... Sorry, not style. Is there a particular aspect of the style that you think is going to play in well to the
his heart and his firm commitment to not take no as an answer. You know, he'll get hit with something and he'll walk through that something. That sets him apart from 95% of the fighters I think out there. But in a case like mine, you could be walking into a baseball bat, a trap. You know.
You go to GQ too, the magazine? You go to GQ? The magazine? I saw you talking to someone at the GQ headquarters. How was that?
It was cool. I don't remember the piece now. It's been so much. I don't know if it was this week, last week, but I know I have talked to him a couple times. I think, you know.
Oh yeah, where can I get that?
This one.
Yeah, people are saying on Instagram, on Twitter, they're asking where you.
I want it.
Yeah, people want
Got
it.
it. I can't tell because then everybody will have it.
All right.
Jorge, you got any thoughts about Trump being there?
Yeah, it's cool, man. No matter what your political views are on him and whether he's made the country better or worse, it's a president. The president of the United States, my country, that's allowed me to do this, to have this room packed full of people that are also making a living from me just talking and from me fighting, selling out the arena, so numerous people can make money from the chair attendants to the president of the company. That's all allowed from this great country. And this man's leading us, so it's a great honor bestowed on me, you know. There's a lot of other cocksuckers trying to get the president to go to their fight. The president don't even acknowledge you, motherfucker. He's coming to my fight, though. I guess real recognize real, as they say. So it's a great honor, man, to tell you the truth. Sorry about my language.
Is part of? Sorry, I apologize. Are you glad to be able to tell your dad's story through this fight? Like, he's been on camera for the countdown. I know you talked about him in various media outlets. He was like covering your career for a while. This is really the first time I've sort of heard and seen about him.
Yeah, he's always been a huge part of my career, and the media's asked me a lot and a lot more of him. And if I'm like maybe anti-social, my dad's not that he doesn't greet people. If you talk to him, he talks right back to you. But he rather he can't. He was coming to this room and he'd be like, whoa, and he'd get lightheaded. So for a while I asked him like, hey, you want to do this interview? He's like, maybe not, son. The next one. And I told him, man, the media's been asking a lot about you. They just want to know your story because his story, mine is interesting. What is his, you know? So I got him to agree, and he's starting to open up. But as you can tell, he's kind of like a shy type, you know. Plus, I can't blame him. His life has been completely different than most. He's been institutionalized for a long time. His thought process is a lot different than most civilians, you know. When he walks into a room, when he sees people, things that are going on, you know. So I can't blame him that he doesn't like to do a lot of it. So I got him to open up now, though, because they've been asking a lot from him, and I've said his stories numerous times because it's me. It's part of my journey, you know.
Do you feel any kind of obligation to honor his sacrifice through your career?
Oh, for a fact. The reason that Cuban flag is on my shirt, I wasn't born in Cuba. That flag was for him.
You born in Florida?
No, I was born in Miami, Florida. And my mom's from Peru, so it's not like I'm full Cuban, you know, but that flag, when I would fight, he was in the penitentiary still, and I knew I was a way for him to see me go, man. Not like he wouldn't have anyways, but that's my son. He's representing. He's my boy, and I'm proud of him. Look at him. He's got the flag on. He's representing for me and my people, you know. So that was strictly for my dad and him, and it's always been a bond between me and him. Not that I'm not proud to be Cuban, but I only have that there for him, you know, to let him know, man, you've always been part of the journey, even though you weren't here, you were over there. He's guided me so much throughout life, and then my career and stuff. A lot of people don't know it, but he's the one to make a lot of the first and final decisions in training camp, in how I'll approach a fight, and how I actually fight. The Ben Askren was brought to you in a way by my dad in many, many ways.
He suggested the flying knee?
It's not that my dad knows what I'm capable of doing. And I told my dad numerous times, I get back home from training and I'll tell my dad, I'm in shape. I'm in fucking shape, man. I want to hurt this guy. I'm going to punish this motherfucker. I swear to you, bro. Look at how he's talking shit about my culture, my language. I'm going to fucking hurt this dude and I want to punish him bad. And after a long training day, I don't want to see nobody. It's my dad. That's it. Me and him will hang out. We got rocking chairs. We talk shit. He'll smoke his tobacco. I'll smoke my Jane. We just talk shit. And I will tell him this is what I'm gonna do. And be like, man, I don't want you to punish him for 2-3 rounds. I wanted you to just kind of end him, show the world he's not at your level. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna just punish him for like 13 minutes and beat his ass, show the world I'm better everywhere. And my dad was like, nah, do this one time for me, just get him out there as quick as you can. I said, as quick as I can? He said, yeah. Like, all right, I started making the formula for that, you know, and when that came about, I just did it, you know, so that in a big way, the world could thank my dad for that.
And last for me is, I remember covering your Iaquinta fight in Fairfax, Virginia. I don't know if you remember this. It was the workout was in a UFC gym, in like the middle of the suburbs somewhere. Like, look around now, man. This is wild. Like, were you ever at a point in your career thinking this kind of attention for you would never materialize?
Yes and no, you know. I felt like, man, I beat the crap out of Al, not trying with disrespect. I felt I won that fight straight up.
He got booed, remember?
He got booed out of there, and I felt I won that fight. And I was going back, like, maybe if I had done this different, maybe like that. But all that led to just me winning a decision, you know. My mind wasn't ready for all this. And something that I had to take to myself and be at peace with myself. I couldn't have had this back then. You know why? Because I didn't get him out of there in a violent way. You guys are only here because I'm one of the most violent guys walking the fucking planet, man. So the me back then could see it and could not, you know. The me now knows that this was going to happen. The next fight's going to be twice as many of you here covering the event, you know. So that old game bird is dead anyway, so.
The magnitude of the occasion, headlining MSG, some opinions 2 years ago, you fought Roger Boy in Europe. I think you were the third fight in the main card, and now you're top of the hill. How's that for you?
I mean, there's a lot of outside factors going on into this fight that I'm trying not to let sink in. Like the president's gonna be here. The Rock's gonna be giving out the belt. He played for the U. Madison Square Garden. If you know me, you know I'm a nerd. I'm a fucking geek about fighting. I know the guys that have came through that arena. But I try not to think about that shit. I Men in Black myself and just forget about it because it's just a fight. And that's all I have to see. When the fight is over, and I'm all by myself, I give praise to God and let it all hit me. Let it all hit me. Like, damn, I fucking headlined that bad boy. I did it. So as of right now, I just keep telling myself it's just a fight. Like if I'm fighting somebody in their backyard, I don't think about it. I don't give a, if I get in a spaceship, go to another planet. Is it a fight? So what am I going there for? A fight? That's all I think about. So November 2nd is just a fight, right? Elbows, knees, punches, just a fight. That's all I'm worried about, man. That's all my focus is on. It's just a fight. Everything else could be distractions that I don't need right now.
Obviously, your fight ended in spectacularly quick fashion. Are you looking forward to having a long drawn-out war with Diaz? He's very durable, and Josh Thompson's only going away.
It's just gonna be violent, from start to finish. It can't be a decision. Those things in me, water and oil. It doesn't matter if I 10-8 a guy every round. Those things ain't me, you know. So I'm gonna give it everything I got to end it. I don't know if that makes a war, or it makes a short night, or it makes the greatest fight in the UFC history. I don't know. I'll find out in November 2nd.
Did you ever learn more?
Yoga before you fight? Do you practice meditation before you fight?
Every day.
Every day?
I was trying to do some of that now before I got harassed. You know, I was actually doing it after my little workout in the morning. I do it every day. All day, every day I do it, you know. It's harder now with the media and stuff. And you can't do it with people around you. At least I'm not that. I could do it, you know, I could just be an asshole and ignore people and just do my thing, but it works better in isolation for me. Nature, that's where I get my creativity from. I like to be alone, man, especially on fight week. And it's the last thing I get on fight week, you know.
Is it something you've been practicing for a long time, or is it something that you've been like?
Well, the practice of it, you know, I've been doing it since I was a kid. Since I was in a comfortable situation, I'd see myself getting out of that situation. But the actual like application and the black belt that I have in it now, that's come in the last 3 to 4 years, especially this last year, I've gotten really, really, really good at it. You know, I'm just putting myself where I need to be. Yeah, taming the demons and just getting to what I got to do. You know.
Did you feel any burnout from all the media travel you had to do with Uruguay, Mexico? You did the Anaheim card. Did any of it catch up to you mentally, and you had to step back?
Yeah, no. Traveling's fun. It sucks when the UFC fucks up my flight and they send me coach and they tell me it was motherfucking business class and I don't have the bestest of backs because I've been doing this shit 16 years, picking guys up over my head and slamming them, or them picking me up and slamming me at a pro level for a long ass time. So it sucks when I'm promised a fucking certain flight and I don't get it. That hurts, you know? You get to the airport and you go, wait, what do you fucking mean, you know? And plus I'm not too savvy with the app, so a lot of times I find out at the last moment. But other than that, it's part of the job, man. It's whatever.
Did you put that into your contract, like first class business only?
Something like that, you know? They got certain rules and laws and bullshit, but I'll put it like this. If it's not business class and it's a UFC thing event, I just won't do it, you know? It's that easy because this back has too much wear and tear for me to just fuck it up. No offense to those that fly coach or still flying coach, because I did that shit more than most of the motherfuckers watching this interview ever have, you know? So it's about time I get my right due, you know? And it's just for the back purposes. I could care less about the blankets and all that shit, you know?
Mr. Masvidal, Mike Tyson always talks about the anxiety that he experienced, like during the, like before the fight, like backstage, getting ready to walk out. Is that something that you go through too? Do you ever deal with that?
Fight day, you know, you've been doing this your whole life. Then whatever long that training camp was, and then you got all this where you're only talking about fighting. So I know how to turn it off, but still every once in a while somebody might ask the right question and sparks me up. And I get angry. And I can't really release it. And then you get to the locker room and then you're in there for how many hours? And then you finally get to the fucking cage. And it feels like Bruce Buffer's fucking taking forever, man. I want to fucking fight. Not to offend him or nothing, but I just want to fight. Let's go. And at that moment, it feels like, I don't know how long his introductions are. It feels like it's 2 hours. All I'm thinking about is I want to fucking go. Let me loose already. And that's when the anxiety starts to speak. But that's when I have to be the biggest professional I've ever been and just like, all right, it's gonna happen. I just gotta be patient now. But once that bell rings and you start to like do this, the anxiety leaves, man. All that leaves, and you just, man, you go from being a stiff mindset to like, whoo, let's go, you know?
It's like nothing like that anxiety, right? Like nothing in the world is like that pre-fight. Like, you're gonna get into a fight, right? Like, and that's like a whole different. Like I would never know that because I've never been in a UFC fight.
Man, I've done a lot of crazy shit in my life. On all sides. Craziest shit you can think of, I've done it. There's nothing like fighting. That's why I'm still here, baby. That's why I still do it, you know? Fighting gives me that adrenaline, dump, bump, picker-upper, does what no other drug, woman, activity, sporting event, nothing can do for me, you know? That's why I'm still doing it. And people ask me, how could you keep doing it? I love it, that's why.
What does the anxiety feel like? Does it feel like butterflies, like nausea? Like what does that feel like?
I don't know how to explain in terms that everybody can relate sometimes, but maybe you're at your birthday party and your mom got you your favorite cake, right? Your favorite is of cakes. You're sitting watching this cake for several hours. Your mom, let's cut the fucking cake. I want to eat. No. Your aunt's coming. She's down the street with the kids. And it's fucking 5 hours later. Yo, I want to cut the cake. I want to eat it now. It's going to melt. It's an ice cream cake, mom. And they ain't letting you cut that cake. Maybe something like that times 100, you know?
Looking back a couple of years ago when you were rocking the short hair and everything, it looks like a different dude. To now, you seem physically different. You seem like mentally freer. Is that all linked together, you know, the way you look, the way you feel right now? Do you feel like a new Jorge in a way?
Well, I used to have my long hair back then, before I got into like the UFC and stuff. So the look, I don't know so much. But the freeness, I've always been pretty free. It's just certain aspects that change about my life. Cutting out negativity and bullshit, things that didn't help me get to the next level, cut it. Whether it was a fake friendship, a chick having access to me, and anything, food, anything that I don't need that wouldn't help me get to the next level, gone.
Your teammate Dustin Poirier said when he jumped up to lightweight, it took him a few fights to actually feel like a legitimate lightweight as opposed to a featherweight that's not cutting weight. Did you feel the same thing going up to welterweight? Like, did it take you a few fights to feel like a legitimate welterweight?
I always trained with, especially that top team, we had so many guys, I always trained the weight class above. So a lot of my sparring partners were 70 pounders to wrestle, to spar with. just so I could have that disadvantage and advantage, you know? So I always knew that there was a strength advantage, especially if it was like a sound grappler. I could feel it, like, man, this guy's considerably stronger than me. I got certain tools that I was just gifted, like speed and reflexes, and it didn't matter. I could always pull it off on whoever. But at 170, I would feel that difference. So I lifted a lot of weights before. When my first fight at 70, not so much, but after that, I started lifting as much as I could because I couldn't lift weights at 155. I'd lift weights, but not for strength, just for like cardio, just to burn my muscles out. Because at 155 pounds, there was no room for me to get bigger. So I figured I'm gonna put on as much muscle as I can at 70 and get stronger. And it worked and it didn't. You know, I just didn't peak it at the right time. So I found where my body needs to be at. I know exactly now when to cut the weights so I can still have that explosion that I need to deliver those one-shot hits and keep knocking people out. And while we're on that, I feel like, man, I don't get the credit I deserve for fucking knocking people out, man. I got like that Izzy at the Sanaya complex where he's skinny and shit and tall and people are like, oh, he ain't got no pop. That motherfucker's got power, and so do I, man. People keep like thinking I don't got power. I can't wait till November 2nd. People gonna see how fucking hard I hit, man.
Do you play any other sports outside of this? Does anything else benefit you? Any other sports for doing MMA? Subjective.
Sports?
Like Nate does a lot of triathlons between camps and stuff like that.
I've done a couple triathlons in the past. I wouldn't say I'm actively competing in them. Do a lot of handball for warming up and practice. That's a sport. Dominoes is a sport. It's on ESPN. So duh. Any sports I do, Aiden? Outside of fighting, sex. Oh, Exathlon. Yeah, I did that reality show. I could do some parkour. I could do some shit. You'd be a little bit impressed. I already mentioned dominoes, skiing. I don't do that often. I do it like once, twice a year, cause you know. But I do that every year.
You go skiing.
When?
Where?
Where? Shit, I've been all over the country. This year I'm probably headed back to Utah. I'm thinking, man. I really like Utah.
You should go to Whistler.
Canada doesn't allow me in there for some shit. You know, they're saying this, they're saying that. Those are rumors, though. If I get
up to Canada, I'll try to smooth it over.
Oh, yeah. Talk to somebody over there. I've been dying to go to Whistler. Maybe I'm going to Japan this year, so I am going to get some Japan stuff. Yeah.
Good stuff, brother.
Thank you
very much. Appreciate it.
What do you think about Izzy saying he wants to fight Yoel next now that Paulo Costa is going to be on the show?
Man, let me tell you about Izzy. I'll share a personal story with Izzy. Joel, everybody knows, that's my boy, that's my brother. We've been training together. All that, you know? So I see Izzy after my fight with Ben at a club. And Izzy's a wild motherfucker. He's got his shirt off in the nightclub, women everywhere. I'm immediately like, I love this motherfucker. We're just talking shit, just shooting the breeze, you know? Just two fighters that love what they do, you know? And he pulls me in close. Come here, let me tell you something, Masvidal. He's like, man, I know Joel's your boy. Listen, to me, that's the baddest motherfucker. Until I fight that dude, my legacy won't be complete. Now, it's in the club, so I don't know if he said those exact words, legacy and complete, but he clearly made it to me. And this is why I love Izzy, man. Nobody in the history has ever wanted to fight Joel. Nobody's wanted. They get forced into fighting Joel. Ask anybody. Ask one of the toughest motherfuckers to do it, Whitaker. Ask anybody if they want to fight Joel. And after you fight Joel, you see what happens. You're never the same. Nobody. And Izzy looked me in my soul and told me, he goes, I'm going to fight Joel. It didn't matter who was off. If they could offer him Joe Schmo for the belt, it didn't matter to him. He wanted to fight Joel. And right then and there, I knew the type of character he was. Like, man, this guy is who he says he is. He wants to fight the best, the baddest of the baddest. I fucking saluted him and said, man, God bless you in your journey, man. Because he's an animal.
As Yoel's training partner and friend, I'm sure you don't think Israel is going to defeat him, I imagine, correct?
I think Israel has... How long has he been fighting exactly for MMA?
Not a couple of years. He's only been in the UFC for like a year and a half.
That guy has so much talent in just his fucking pinky. It's crazy, man. Obviously, Joel, we have a relationship, you know? That's my boy, and I think he's another guy that has so much that I know for myself because I've been alongside him a while. So much talent in just his pinky as well. So it's one of those fights that, like, wow, this is a great fight. Does Izzy have the tools to beat him? Of course. Izzy could on his night. Izzy could beat anybody and make it look easy. But can Joel also beat Izzy? Hell yeah. There's not a person, and it goes all the way to heavyweight, that Joel can't hit and dismantle your fucking face, man. That being said, I thought he won his last fight, man. As most of you did.
Appreciate you.